Welcome to the Explainer. Today we are looking at something, well, pretty unique. Usually, we break down these incredibly dense data sets and sprawling research papers, but today's source material, it is remarkably stark. We're looking at a tiny excerpt titled The Physiology of Human Perspiration. It's super brief, and honestly, it's a fascinating exercise in analyzing exactly what is present on the page, and maybe, even more importantly, what's completely absent. Okay, let's dive into this. Why do we sweat? That is the exact forward question sitting right at the absolute center of our source today. I mean, out of all the incredibly complex biological processes happening in our bodies literally right now, this simple, everyday occurrence is what our source chooses to highlight. We all do it, right? But how often do we actually stop to ask the fundamental reason why? But hang on, before we even get to that central question, we're presented with these two crucial words framing the entire text: excerpts from. This is so fascinating because it instantly builds suspense. It tells us right out of the gate that we are definitely not getting the whole picture here. We're looking at a completely fragmented thought. It frames our central mystery by heavily implying that there's this vast, unseen body of work out there, right? A much larger context, but we are only being granted this one highly specific slice of it. So the crucial point to take away is that our source is deliberately holding information back, basically inviting us to lean in and really engage with the mystery of what's missing. Part 1. Title and framing. We're going to transition right into analyzing this overarching subject by looking really closely at the totally academic tone promised by the source's title. Part 2. Defining the terms. Let's move to and see how this builds, because we are actually going to literally deconstruct the vocabulary provided to us. So let's first look at physiology. By definition, this is the branch of biology dealing with the normal functions of living organisms and their parts. When a text boldly slaps physiology right in its title, it promises a massive deep dive into mechanisms and cellular responses. It is actively positioning itself as this highly authoritative voice on serious, heavy-duty science. Then we have perspiration. Basically, simply put, it's just the process of sweating. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how this incredibly formal, clinical term severely contrasts with what we're about to see. I mean, we've been promised a comprehensive look at the physiology of perspiration. It's a very highbrow, fancy way to introduce a super basic bodily function. We're completely braced for this intense, deep academic analysis. Part 3. The core question. And this perfectly sets us up for the climax of the explainer by guiding us right back to that central, standalone query of the source material. Why do we sweat? After all that grand framing, all that buildup, the text just drops this totally blunt question right on us. And here's the sudden, kind of hilarious realization. That is the absolute entirety of the excerpt. There are no biological facts. There are absolutely no diagrams of eccrine glands anywhere to be found. The text asks the question, and then it just completely stops. It's literally a comedic bait and switch. It builds you up with this super formal title, only to leave you staring blankly at 4 simple words. The question remains completely unanswered. By providing just the title and this one single question, our source creates this remarkable void. It essentially forces us to stop relying on a textbook and to actually reflect on our own biology for a second. So you gotta wonder, why was it left hanging? Perhaps it's a deliberate prompt. I want you to look at that lingering void today. Without the text giving you the answer, how would you explain it? Is it just about thermoregulation and cooling down, or is it, an emotional, nervous system response? Why do we sweat? It's honestly a brilliant piece of minimalism. Thank you so much for joining me on today's Explainer, and hey, keep asking those core questions.